Greetings, friends. I'm AK.
And I'm Laura.
And we are
The Chainsaw Girls. On today's episode, we're sticking with our spooky season theme because we are in October, baby. It's the best month of the entire year. And today, we are covering 2019's Haunt.
Yes, this can currently be found on Prime and Roku channel, amongst others.
Love that. I think I watched it on Roku or Prime.
I could have sworn it was on Hulu. I'm guessing it just isn't on there anymore.
It disappeared.
Because I remember that clown face. I kept seeing it and wondering what it was about. So I'm so happy because this was a first time watch for me.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I did like it, yeah.
It's a good one, right?
It's a very fun movie, and I will elaborate further at the end.
Oh, okay. This was definitely, when I first saw this, it was just like a happy surprise. Like I just kind of stumbled upon it and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's a fun ride.
It is fun. Shall I read IMDb?
Yes, but before you do, I have to ask you, if you're watching on YouTube, I must ask you about your cosplay.
Yes. Okay. I am cosplaying today as one of my favorites ever, Darcy the Mail Girl from Joe Bob Briggs.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
You look so adorable. I have not met Darcy yet. One day.
Oh,
One day, girl.
Darcy and Joe Bob are both the fucking best. I love them with my whole heart. I love The Last Drive-In. If you guys have not seen The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs, I don't know what the hell you're doing with your life because you should be watching it. It's on Shudder. But I love Darcy and I've been meaning to do this cosplay forever. And I figured today's the day.
It sure is. And if you are watching on YouTube, you can also see my brand new Return of the Living Dead shirt. I had to double check what I was wearing.
Yeah, it's Tarman. I love it. It's like
Tarman.
neon. It's super cute.
Yes, I got it in Salem. And we're going to talk about Salem in the extended episode on Patreon.
Oh, and I love your little devil horns.
Thanks. I did it for this movie in particular.
So cute, so festive. Look at us.
Look at us being...
Putting in effort.
Yes.
Okay, I'm reading the IMDb, baby. On Halloween, a group of friends encounter an extreme haunted house that promises to feed on their darkest fears. The night turns deadly as they come to the horrifying realization that some nightmares are real.
Okay.
IMDb, that wasn't bad.
That wasn't bad. It was going long. I was a little worried at first, but it was not bad.
No, I didn't mind that at all.
Good job. Good job.
So this movie had a $5 million budget and it made $2.2 million in the box office. It was written and directed by Scott Beck and Brian Woods, who also wrote Heretic and the A Quiet Place movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Did
Very
not
cool.
know that.
Yes.
I love when you drop the fun facts on me.
Well, here I am just dropping them away. This is the second episode of The Loop, guys, and both of us are heavily caffeinated and a little bit slap happy. So strap in or
Strap on.
there we go. Shall we hop into the movie?
Let's do it.
Let's fucking go.
Okay, so we open this movie with power tools doing power tool things in between the credits.
Yes, they're welding something.
Welding, I want to say soldering. Is that a thing?
Oh,
Soldering.
I don't know, but I like that word.
They're setting up string. They're printing flyers for this haunted house. And we are in Carbondale, Illinois at Campus Housing.
Oh, love that.
We see pumpkins all over the porches. It is Halloween, baby.
Yes, there's a girl in a cat costume. We find out soon this is Bailey.
Yes, and when you say cat costume, she was wearing cat ears.
Oh.
So similar to how I'm a devil right now because I have horns on my forehead.
That's right. I love it. Oh, I also love your makeup.
Thank you.
So cute. So Bailey goes outside to check out what the hell that loud bang was that she just heard against her front door. And she finds a smashed pumpkin and a pickup truck kind of takes off.
Yeah.
So somebody in that truck launched a pumpkin at her door. Not cool.
Yeah, and she calls for Harper, who was upstairs putting makeup over a black eye.
Oh my goodness.
She's watching Night of the Living Dead.
Hell, yes.
How many movies do this? I feel like it has to be the most movie featured within a movie of all time because it's, what is it? Free Domain?
Yeah, Free Domain. Yeah. And it's a great fucking movie.
Oh, well, of course.
It is.
But it's the whole free domain of it all. Halloween 2, All Hallows Eve, just to mention two that we've actually done episodes on. They have Night of the Living Dead in the movie.
Oh, I love that you made note of that.
I did. I wanted to see if I could find the actual number, but it wasn't an easy find.
I'm sure it's in a lot of movies.
I didn't get to dig too deep on that, but one day I'll figure it out. So she's looking at a picture of her boyfriend.
Oh, God.
And I wrote in my notes, OMG, describe him. He looks like he needs to be wearing a hairnet.
100%.
And that's coming from someone with a lot of hair.
No, he's a piece of shit. Okay.
Oh my gosh, he has money pieces.
He does have money
I don't have mine
pieces.
down right now, but yeah, he has money pieces. He is a piece of shit. We will find out. So I don't mind making fun of his appearance.
We can drag him. Harper is covering up her black eye, and we can overhear her roommates, Bailey and Angela, discussing Harper's boyfriend and the situation with her boyfriend. His name is Sam. It looks like, based on the text that he's been sending her, that he won't leave her alone.
Yeah, he's blowing her up and she hasn't even responded yet.
Bailey goes into Harper's room and asks her if Sam threw a pumpkin at the house, right? And she's kind of pissed about this.
Yeah.
Grabs Harper's phone and texts Sam, or she writes that she's going to text Sam, it's over. But before she gets a chance to send it, Harper grabs the phone out of her hand. So I think we can deduce here that she is in an abusive relationship.
Yeah, Bailey mentions to her, he's an alcoholic. He just threw a pumpkin at the door.
I do love her description. She goes, he's an alcoholic. Do you want to know how I know? Because he's an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Like, to the point, girl. Yep.
She also tells Harper that she knows she has a black eye because she saw it the night before when she snuck in to borrow some jewelry for her costume.
Yes.
And when Bailey was like, you're breaking up with this bitch, I was like, yes.
I
Like, that is
know.
a friend right there.
I think so too. And I listened, I watched an interview. I watched like a behind the scenes kind of thing. I'll link it in the show notes. But Lauren McLean talks about developing the character of Bailey and how, you know, she feels like if you just read the script, you might assume that Bailey is snarky or like kind of mean, but she feels like Bailey, you know, sometimes when you love someone that is clearly going through something and being abused, let's say, or being treated poorly, sometimes the methods in which you try to help them isn't always going to be like coddling and supportive. And it's more of, she comes across a little more direct,
Yeah.
a little bit more frustrated because she obviously wants Harper to be okay.
Yeah.
And I liked her approach to that. I thought that was interesting.
That's my vibe right there.
Oh no, you 100%. Oh my God. Listen, when I tell you crazy things, like you're one of the people that will just look at me and be like, okay, girl, this is it. Or when I tell you things that I think are crazy or I'm overreacting to something, you'll be like, actually.
Relax.
Yes.
But that's what friends should do.
100%. Also important to note here that Bailey picks up, I believe it's Harper's mother's ring.
Yes.
And Harper says to her, like, be careful, that was my mom's. Okay, so we're getting some indication here that Harper's mother, there's either she's not in the picture or there's something going on here.
Right. And when this scene wraps up with Bailey and Harper, the scene that's playing in Night of the Living Dead is the one where Barbara is saying, he grabbed me and he ripped at me, which I feel like is what Harper is experiencing in real life.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just so heartbreaking. So the girls convince Harper to come out with them. It's Halloween. Harper's like, I don't have a costume. And they're like, don't worry about it. Just come out. Everybody goes out looking like whatever.
Yeah.
So we cut to a nightclub.
Yeah, they go to the club.
They go to the club. Oh my God, remember the club?
Oh, I thought you were going to say remember the club.
Oh.
Because did you see that meme that got really popular? In the club, we all fam.
Oh yeah, from Broad City.
Can I tell you how annoyed I was that people didn't know where it was from?
Well, I didn't even know what Broad City was until you introduced me to it.
I love that I introduced you to that.
Yes, I love Broad City. So
But anyway,
they're in the club, and one thing I noticed like throughout this whole film is you really feel Harper's fear throughout the whole thing. Not even with the haunt. She is constantly looking over her shoulder. She's constantly looking unsure of every situation she's in. She's unsure of the people she's around, and it really does depict what it's like to experience abuse.
yeah, she's always looking at her phone. She looks skittish.
She looks skittish, she looks scared, and she looks deeply lonely to me. So they're at the club, and we're introduced to another character here. His name is Nathan. So Harper's sitting in this booth, and she sees a guy kind of across the bar who's waving his hand, and it looks like he's waving at her. So she kind of looks side to side, and then she's like, you know what, I'll go. And I thought it was cute. She climbs underneath the table,
Yeah.
crawls out, and she walks towards him. This is Nathan. Nathan is dressed like a baseball player.
When I first saw him, I was like, why is he not wearing a costume? Or like, what is he supposed to be? And then as he's talking, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's a fucking baseball player.
He's a baseball player?
Well, because at first he just has like
Like a jersey.
a jersey and a hat.
And a hat. True. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah. During this documentary I was watching, Will Bretan, who plays Nathan, talked about how he didn't play baseball growing up, but he was an athlete growing up. And he actually studied how baseball players swing the bat because later in the
Oh.
film he will be using a bat.
Yeah.
And so he wanted to make sure that his technique was on point.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really interesting. And he played football in high school and blew his ACL out during like right going into his senior year. So he didn't get to play. He didn't get to play, I guess what was considered varsity football.
Okay.
Right? I think
Yeah.
that's like the highest level in high
Yeah.
school. And so he really could relate to that in the character
Oh,
of
yeah.
Nathan. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
I do appreciate that he really studied for that.
Me too. Me too. So he's waving, whatever. She goes over to him and says hi. And like, this scene killed me because I feel like we've all done this. He looks kind of confused when she says hi to him.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, you were like waving me over. And he's
Mhm.
like, oh no, I was waving over the bartender to get another drink.
That is like everyone's stupid, trivial social fear.
Dude, worst nightmare ever.
Like going to wave and you realize they're not looking at you and you have to like pretend you're fixing your hair.
Okay, and at first I thought, maybe it's because I'm a man hater sometimes, but I thought he was like being rude. Right? Like initially I was like, okay, well, why do you gotta say it like that? But then I realized like, okay, Laura, that is just you. He was just saying to her like, oh, I wasn't calling you over.
Yeah.
But he continues the conversation with her.
Yeah.
And I think he asks her here like what she's supposed to be for Halloween. And she's like, oh, I don't have a costume. And he's like, oh, yes, you do. And I think it's really sweet. He like puts her little red hoodie over top of her head
Yeah.
and says like, oh, look, you're a Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah. I was like, okay, that's cute. That's a little smooth.
I thought that was smooth and cute. Yes.
I will say, okay, she's going through some shit, so I can't fault her for this.
Mhm.
But I love when people get festive and do some type of effort for Halloween.
Oh, 100%.
Like, even if you draw horns on your head or like whiskers on your face with eyeliner or something, like do something.
No, dude, Kay, can I tell you? A friend of mine sent me a picture from Halloween from like 2008.
Mm-hmm.
And we all, a whole group of us, dressed up as wrestlers. Like there was Legion of Doom.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually my ex-boyfriend who sent me the picture, but he was Mean Gene.
Oh my God.
I was a referee. Can I tell you, the orange color of my skin was so startling. I was like, oh my God, you're like Oompa Loompa colored orange.
You're an Oompa Loompa ref.
Dude, the self-tanner back in the day, it was unforgiving.
I need to see this picture.
Oh, I'm going to post it on Instagram for sure. But it's a great group. Actually, two things happened that night. One, I drop kicked somebody in the living room of this person's house. Two, I gave somebody a sliced bread off the bar.
Wait, were you already a wrestler?
Oh, I was already a wrestler.
Okay. I was like, wow, that's really impressive.
I gave someone a sliced bread off of the stage in the bar. And I'm pretty sure I landed directly on my back, jumped up back on my feet, and just kept dancing the night away.
Oh, yeah. That's the beauty of being in your, early 20s?
I think I was 20, 22, something
Yeah.
like that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't do that now. No, sorry, Bob.
I also want to point out that, so just so you have an idea of the characters, we mentioned Bailey's dressed as a cat.
Yep.
Angela's dressed as a nurse, and there's also Mallory has joined them, and she's dressed as a flapper. Then, in the middle of their little cute moment between Nathan and Harper, someone smashes a drink that gets all over Harper, and we are introduced to Evan,
Oh, Evan.
who is their other friend in the friend group.
He is.
I have questions about him being a part of the friend group because he immediately is yelling, fuck this is bullshit. Also, I thought he was dressed as Crumb from All Real Monsters. You probably didn't get that cartoon in Canada.
No.
He looks like Crumb from All Real Monsters, but he's supposed to be a human centipede.
He's supposed to be the front of the human centipede.
Yeah, the human centipede. And he's pissed because the other friends didn't show up. And Angela's like, yeah, they bailed because they didn't want to eat ass all night.
I mean, that's actually really funny. I actually think I forgot to mention that Harper does send the text to Sam that we're done.
Oh, yeah.
She does press send on that. So
Yeah.
that is actually a very important part of the
Yeah.
story. But yes, Evan is very fucking annoying. And
Like if you were in a friend group like that, in a club, in any public place, and someone started acting like that, can you imagine? I'd be like, okay, like I'm never hanging out with this person again. If you don't have control over your emotions, I know they're college kids, but like you're an adult.
I feel like at some point in my life, there's definitely been an Evan in my friend group. I feel like especially
Like a hothead.
being a professional wrestler,
Oh yeah.
I have absolutely been in situations where somebody acted like Evan, and everyone knew at some point in the night an Evan was gonna like make an appearance.
And Evan.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they've had too much to drink, and now all of a sudden they're Evan.
Can I tell you, there was one time where I undeveloped a crush on someone because they acted so ridiculously in public that I was mortified by it.
You got
I was
the
like,
ick.
ew, that was the ick before
Yes.
the ick was even a thing. That was the ick.
Somebody's behavior, yes, it definitely can give me. I don't care how fucking hot you are. If you start acting like that, oh, you're out of here, bro.
Yeah.
So, any hoogly boos,
Also, Harper doesn't seem that mad that she's covered in a drink.
because she's been abused to the point that she has no self-esteem.
True.
She-
That's very true.
She's just, a shell of who she is.
Yeah. That's a
know?
good point. She's not going to say anything.
She's not going to say anything, but she does go outside and she starts to type mom's house into the Lyft app because I guess she's thinking about going to her real home.
And can I tell you, when I saw this, I was so pissed because it just shows her in the alley
Mm-hmm.
waiting for a lift. And I'm like, where are her friends? Why are they not with her? But then we'll learn she kind of like dipped.
She dipped.
Which I can respect because I would probably do that too. She also received a text message while she was still in the club that said, guess my costume. And it was like a weird drawing, but it was from Sam.
Yes,
Right?
Definitely.
But it was like like the markup feature on the iPhone where you can draw
Yeah.
on the pictures. It's like he was drawing guess my costume over it.
That's so ew. Get
Yeah.
a fucking life, dude.
It was weird.
Like, go away. Drive your truck off a cliff. She also notices while she's outside, she notices this man in a mask and a red cloak. So we should describe this. When you walk out of the club, you're in this sort of alleyway, and if you're looking down the alley, it's kind of like cobblestone. If you're looking down the alley, you're gonna see like a fence, sort of, or like a gate, right? This man is dressed in a red cloak and a mask, and he's behind the gate, and he's just staring at her.
Yeah.
And she's so on edge that you can't really tell at this point should she really be scared, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was thinking, is this Sam? Is Sam going to be the one like tormenting them?
100%. But Nathan ends up going outside. Nathan, listen, I stand Nathan.
I like Nathan.
I like Nathan. I like him a lot.
He's like, hey, I thought I saw you leaving. So I'm like, oh, okay, she chose to leave by herself. I'm not pissed anymore, even though girl don't do that in the alleyway.
Right.
But she looks back and this figure's gone.
Yes. Nathan tells her that he won worst costume. He got a big old bag of candy.
I did appreciate they acknowledged that his costume sucked.
Was terrible, yes. But he does kind of talk to her about the injury that he sustained and why he couldn't play baseball anymore. And this opens the door for him to ask her, has anything scary ever happened to you? In my notes, I went, weird question, but okay. Although I do get in deep with people pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I hate small talk.
Yeah.
Like let's just get in the
So does
murky
Nathan.
water. Yes, that's why I like Nathan. And Nathan's my guy. Okay.
He's like, tell me your trauma.
I know, and I'm like, Nathan, strap the fuck in. I've got a lot to tell you. So she lies here and she's like, no, my life has been pretty normal. I had a normal childhood. It was pretty great. And she goes, I had a great relationship with my parents. And she kind of like trails off. He cuts her off and he realizes that what she's saying is like, that she didn't really have a good relationship with her parents, essentially, because he tells her, like, I don't really talk to my parents either.
Yeah.
So we're having some bonding here. And I liked this whole interaction because you got a sense of who Nathan is.
Yeah. And she wants to leave. She's like, I think I should leave. And Nathan says, I think you should stay.
Okay.
And it was
Nathan.
cute.
It was cute.
Yeah.
It was sweet. It was sweet. And I'm glad that I hate that she went, obviously, because what a traumatic, like, you know what makes me so sad for Harper is this poor girl is just like, has had so many terrible things happen to her. And she, the one night that she takes a chance to have some fun,
Yeah.
it's the worst night of her life.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Anywho. So the crew is now all back together and they're walking down the street and they're all trying to decide, what are we going to do for Halloween? What are we going to do for the rest of the night? No. We could go here. We could go there. Evan pulls out a rinky dinky fucking flyer that looks like it was made on like, do you remember Microsoft Paint?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. It was the photocopied one from the beginning, right? From the opening.
Exactly. And he's like, why don't we go to this like extreme haunted house? Have you ever been to one?
An extreme one?
Yes.
Hell no.
There's one around this area where like
Did
people,
you see my face? I'm like,
I know people grab you.
no.
People like you have to stick your hands in things. No, dude, we talked about this in Hell House. I love haunted houses, but if you lay one single hand on me, oh, that's it. We're like, I'll whip my shoe off and I'll beat the shit out. You know what I mean? Like, don't
Yeah.
fucking touch me.
Yeah, I would not want to do that.
No, but some people love that shit.
Yeah. I mean, do it if that's your thing, I guess.
Couldn't do it. Couldn't be me, man. Couldn't be me.
No, we fighting.
We fighting 100%. Oh my God. If it was me and you, it would be amazing.
Imagine you're going to hit another sliced bread.
I was just gonna say you'll hit a stunner and I'll hit the sliced bread. So they some of them want to go, some of them don't want to go, but eventually they all decide like, yeah, let's do this, let's go. And so Evan offers to drive them. So they all get into Evan's car, but halfway through the drive, we realize here that Evan is actually a rideshare driver and he's charging them for the drive.
This just solidified that I hated Evan. Like, you're such a little dick. Nathan is like, what the fuck are you doing? And Evan says, paying my tuition, which like, I love the hustle. I respect the hustle.
Same.
But Nathan's like, we're not paying you to take us to a place you suggested.
It is so sneaky.
Yeah.
And Nathan grabs his rideshare, like the little thing that like the light that
The
tells
meter?
the meter and whips it out the car window.
Which that is a little much. Like, that's kind of fucked up.
a
But
bit
also,
much.
I agree with the sentiment of like, no, you're not going to manipulate us into paying you to drive us around.
No, 100%. Here we also see that there is a pickup truck following them, but Harper's the only one that's really paying attention. The rest of the girls are kind of like on their phones and they're just sort of like, they're just all hanging out. They're not really paying attention. But Harper notices that this truck is following them and she points it out, right? She's like, did anybody else see that truck following us? And the only one that really notices her distress is Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
Again, why I like Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
He's picking up on it. So Evan pulls over because she's kind of like, I need you to pull over. I need you to pull over. He pulls over and she's like, did you guys see that truck? They're all looking into the darkness. They're like, I didn't see anything. And then all of a sudden we see a sign that says haunted house light up.
Like, that should be sus in itself. Also, I kind of hate how he pulled over on the side of the road and was just like sitting there as like a sitting duck. Like, what if that was Sam or someone coming to hurt them?
Well, because Evan doesn't give a shit.
That's true. Did I tell the story on the podcast about the time I was followed home
And then
and had to hide?
Yes, you did.
Yeah. But I swerved into someone else's driveway.
That's what you said,
And
yes.
lost them. I don't know what episode that was on, but
Dude, it's honestly so scary. So
Very, very
especially
scary.
like they're on like a dirt road.
they're in the middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere. I did really love though the visual of that sign lighting up.
Yes.
It was it's like a neon sign that just said haunted house.
Mm-hmm.
I really loved it. And the crew is pumped when they see it. And honestly, I feel like I would be pumped too if I saw that.
See, without everything else that's going to happen that we know is going to happen, that would be so fun to find a random haunted house in the middle of nowhere and you just spontaneously do it.
But like,
But knowing what we know.
but dude, one thing I will say, alarm bells for me would be that there's no one else there.
That's what I wrote. So when we're going to get to that now. So when they pull up, one of them is, I think it might be Angela, is like, okay, this place only has one review on Yelp. That's an alarm.
That
Only,
would be me. I would be the one reading the Yelp reviews.
Not
I
just-
read every single review.
as you should.
Mm-hmm.
Not just 1 star, 1 review. That's
right.
alarming. That sounds like it could also be them doing the review, you know?
Yes, exactly.
And then she goes, proceeds go to Red Cross though, so that's cool. And I was like, is that because they're donating the actual blood?
oh,
They're not really donating blood. Obviously, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But like, that's what I thought first. Like, there's just like buckets of blood. They're like, here you go.
I thought the dialogue was great in this movie. It really
Yeah.
did feel real.
Yeah.
Like they felt like a real friend group to me, even though
Yes.
Evan is so obnoxious.
But there is usually one obnoxious person, especially in a large friend group.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
why, like, as much as I'm like shitting on him, like, I also see that these friends have been friends for a long time. And like, I feel like they know Evan in a way that like most people wouldn't know him, if
and
that
they
makes sense.
Yeah, and they just tolerate him.
No, for sure. So
He's
they
the
walk.
class clown.
He's a class
Yeah,
clown.
yeah.
Yes, exactly. And you know what? We do need, sometimes you need someone like that in your group to lighten shit up,
Yeah.
right? So they walk up to this building and there is a clown.
And this is where I was like, okay, there's a clown standing outside and no one is there. It's so easy to say, oh, I wouldn't do this, I would do that. But I would love to think if I pull up and no one is attending this haunted house, I'm not sticking around.
Oh, not a chance in hell, dude.
And a soul clown is standing outside.
There's no music. There's no vibe. It's just a big ass warehouse with a clown standing outside.
But I also don't attend extreme haunted houses, so maybe that's a vibe they like. Maybe they're like, "Ooh, this seems like I'm gonna get killed. I love it."
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, listen, I love a little risque, but not like that. Not like that. So they walk up to this clown, and they're trying to talk to him, but the clown is completely no-selling them. Right? He raises his hands in a gesture of like, pick a hand.
Mhm.
Right? So Bailey picks one, and it's empty, and then she picks the other, and it's also empty. Then he puts his hands to his sides and he just stares at her.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's so creepy. Then he raises his hand and pulls a key from behind her ear.
I would be so over it already.
Listen, I've told you how I feel about magicians.
You did. I forgot about that.
Don't be pulling shit out of my ears. All right.
But if there's nothing in either hand, I would just walk away. At
Me
that point.
too.
I'd be so annoyed.
Especially now you're pulling it out of my ear. No.
So we find out that this key is for a lockbox,
Mhm.
and the lockbox contains the rules and liability waivers. And then they start reading off the rules. Bailey's reading. So don't touch the actors. You'll be prompted to do things.
Pretty standard.
Standard stuff. And also, you must put your phones in the lockbox,
Nope.
but you can keep the key.
Nope.
Keeping the key, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Like you would at a ride. I mean, I would already be out, but at least that part by itself made sense to me.
It does, and I understand why, in theory, like, oh, this is an extreme haunt and you don't get your phone. There's no way in hell you could take it out of my cold, dead hands. That is my safety. That is my lifeline. That is my Instagram. No, I'm just kidding.
That they do kind of make fun of, I think it was Bailey for that, where Evan was like, oh, that must be the scariest part to you or for you that you can't have your phone.
Listen, everyone people that are like, oh, you're on your phone too much. Oh, all you care about, everyone is on their phone. Everyone uses their phone all the time. I do most of my work
I was going to say.
on my phone. When I'm
work.
walking in the park and I'm power walking like the Terminator, sometimes I have to be doing work as I'm walking and it's on my phone.
And I also like taking pictures and videos to look back on.
Listen,
Or for work, but also to look back on. Like, what if I can't remember it one day?
dude, if you've lost people in your life, people that you love or animals or whatever, like I wish to God I had more pictures of my dad. I wish to God I had videos of my dad or the people that I've lost. You know, I wish I had those things.
Yeah.
So you're fucking right. I'm taking pictures and videos of the people and places that are important to me all the time. And if you don't like that, you can suck it. Anywho, so
I
here
agree.
we go. Thank you.
I
So-
concur.
So they do decide to give this motherfucker their phones. And then he lifts up this like garage style door and walks inside. We hear people screaming and laughing. Pretty standard.
So then you're like, okay, people are at this haunted house. Okay, good sign.
It looks pretty normal at first. Like it looks like a normal haunted house.
Yep.
I don't know why I said this, but I put Evan is brutal.
I actually wrote, Evan is so annoying. He must be dying first, but we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
There are parts in this movie where I like Evan.
Yeah.
He grows on me.
He has layers.
At first, he irritates me, but as the movie goes on, I do start to appreciate him.
Yeah.
Because he does take charge, even though he's very impulsive. Like at least he tries. Okay, we'll get there. So
He's layered.
he's layered. Another thing I wanted to point out about the haunted house. So as we go through the movie, we are going to go to all these different rooms. We're going to see all of these things. During that documentary I was watching, they talk about how they really wanted it to feel like the crew that put together this haunted house did it in such a short amount of time that they didn't even get to take the price tags off of some of the props.
Oh, yeah.
They wanted it to sort of feel like they threw all this together really quickly. They used a lot of like random things in it and they weren't 100% prepared.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can see it, especially when I watched it the second time.
Yeah.
You can see how it's like, yeah, it looks like a haunted house, but it does almost look like, wait, are they finished putting this together?
So one of the jump scares is like this little janky plastic skeleton and it pops out and scares Evan. Bailey puts her cat ears on it. She takes them off her head and puts it on it. And that bothered me for some reason. I'm like, why would you leave them there?
Oh my God. In my notes, I'm so stupid. I wrote, a skeleton pops out from behind something and it's wearing cat ears.
Oh, you must have just looked down.
I thought the skeleton had them on, and I thought it was like foreshadowing that like Bailey was gonna die.
Oh, no, she put them there.
Oh, okay.
Don't know why, but she did that. And so
Oh, no.
now we see Harper going through.
The tunnel.
Yes. Have you
Oh.
ever been through one of those?
Oh, dude, I have to talk about the tunnel.
Please.
Okay. Yes, I've absolutely experienced a tunnel like that. So when I was I think I was like, I don't know, what is it in America? A freshman? Is that grade 9?
9, yeah.
So I was like in grade 9, may or may not have smoked a fatty, went to Screamers, which was like a haunted attraction in Toronto. I think it's still around. It's really fun. There's like a whole bunch of different houses. Any hoogly boos. This was maybe, I was like, I should not have gone to Screamers after, smoking a bowl, okay? And I was way too young to be doing that, but besides the point. At the end of the attraction of the haunted house, you'd have to go through one of those tunnels. And so what it is, there's a bridge, okay? So you walk across a bridge, but as you're walking through it, you're in this giant tunnel that's spinning. And because it's like an optical illusion, I guess, I fully thought that the whole bridge was moving. And in the middle of walking across it, I sat down and gripped the sides of it. And literally the attendant had to come and help me through because I was losing it.
I'm not surprised. It's so disorienting. Even if you do walk straight across, you feel like you're walking sideways like this.
Okay, so imagine being 14 and
high.
a little stony. It was a nightmare. And I swore I would never go through one of those ever again, and I never have.
I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people crawl through them.
Oh, I was crawling. I was on the floor
Yeah.
on my hands and knees holding the sides. The attendant had to come and get me because I was losing my mind. Scary. Anywho.
Harper does get through it, and they get to this room where there is a witch doing witch shit behind some glass, okay? Cauldron, the whole 9.
Yep.
And when I say witch, they're wearing a plastic witch mask.
Yeah, she's got a mask on. Mm-hmm.
And then the witch drags a body into the room on some plastic sheeting, almost in like a body bag.
It's a body bag. Yep.
And when it opens, you see that it's a girl who is alive, tied up, wearing like this masquerade mask.
Yeah, dude. I love a masquerade mask. That's like the bunny. My original bunny mask was
Yeah.
masquerade from that Catherine Pierce picture up there.
I do remember that.
This girl is laying there, and the scare actor, the witch, grabs a hot poker.
Mm-hmm.
And the woman who's bound is begging for help.
Yeah.
This witch straight up burns this girl's face with the hot poker.
Yep. And then smoke appears everywhere and you can't see them anymore. And everyone that's watching, all 6 of them are watching this happen.
Yes.
And they're just like, wow, that was so good.
And the only one that seems uncomfortable with this is Harper.
Yeah.
Violence, right? Like,
Yeah. And how would you know that wasn't a part of the show? Why would you think anything else?
oh no, for sure. I feel like, yeah, I would definitely just assume.
Yeah.
It is like an extreme haunted, whatever. So the group's pretty stoked. And a door in that room opens up and they all walk through it and they come to a sign that says safe, not safe. And it's 2 paths that they can take. Nathan, Bailey, and Angela take the safe path, while Harper, Evan, and Mallory take the not safe path.
Yeah, Harper's the last one to choose, and she is trying to decide which way to go. I was surprised she didn't go with Nathan.
I thought she was going to go with Nathan. She decided to go with Evan and Mallory.
Yeah, I don't know why, but just at the last second, she went to the not safe side.
Because she's finding her courage. That's why.
Okay.
She's finding her courage.
I can see that.
I think that's what it was. She was trying to find a sliver of independence,
Yeah,
right? And like finding that inner strength.
that makes sense. And I mean, either way, they're fucked. So
No, 100%. So the not safe path is filled with like spider webs, and when you start to get close, you can see there are actual spiders in the webs that I'd be noped out so quickly.
when they're in the club, Mallory briefly mentions that she's terrified of spiders.
She's scared of spiders. Yes, dude. Nope. I'd be the fuck out of there. And then they approach 3 coffins that are actually like doors.
Yeah, and they're standing straight up.
And at the same time, the other group is walking down the other path. And as they're walking down the path, it seems like there's oil all over the walls and garbage bags. And it's like dripping weird shit from the ceiling.
Yeah, they're walking through basically a wooden maze.
Yeah, dude.
And they think it's paint on the wall. And Bailey says, no, this is oil. And the garbage bags are full of, you would assume, oil hanging from the ceiling.
Right.
So
And
as soon as I saw this, I was like, you can guess what might be happening, but we won't tell you until the end.
Right, exactly. And again, it's that thing of it's being thrown together.
Right.
And one of them even says its paint hasn't even dried yet.
Yeah, Nathan thinks it's paint, and Bailey's like, no.
Yeah, exactly. So our other group, Harper, Evan, and Mallory, they're opening the coffin doors, but it doesn't look like the doors lead anywhere when they open them up.
Mm-hmm.
And they realize that Harper actually realizes that the only way through the door through the coffin is you have to go inside of it, and perhaps there'll be like a trap door so that you can get through.
Yeah, that last coffin, when they closed the door, they could hear something mechanical happening. So they're like, wait a minute.
Yeah. And Harper throughout this film just impresses me so much. I think it obviously has to do with what's happened to her, that her attention to detail is, to me, like very prevalent throughout the whole film. Like she's always on guard, right? So Evan decides he's going to go through first, and it works. He goes into the coffin, a trap door opens, and he calls out to the rest of them like, hey man, it works, whatever. Harper doesn't like small spaces, which me neither. Mallory's the last to go through, but Harper does. Harper goes through.
I would be shitting my pants if I was Mallory. I would not want to be last.
No.
To stay in that room by yourself?
No.
Absolutely not.
No. But she does. She opens up the coffin door. She goes inside. All of a sudden, in my notes, I said, oh, they're getting separated for sure. All of a sudden, the trap door doesn't open. And Mallory is stuck inside of this coffin, right? And then at the top of the coffin, she can see like there's like a little bit of light.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, it starts filling with spiders. And she breaks through, and then they realize like the spiders weren't real.
Yeah, Evan here, when Mallory's freaking out, Evan says, look, there's price tags on these things. Like this was all bought today, on the skeletons, on the spiders, on whatever.
It all being thrown together, right? I think I really love that. So they get through, and then they approach a tunnel in the wall
with a bunch of arrows pointing to it. It's the only way out.
That's a no for me. I'm going to go right back the way I came. There's not a chance in hell. I've been through haunted houses where you have to crawl through spaces like that. And I'm not claustrophobic, but I also don't like small spaces like that. Yeah. There's no fucking way I'd go in there. There's no way.
And Harper says, nope, I'm not going in there.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
And then we cut to Angela, Bailey, and Nathan, who have come to some funhouse mirrors.
Ugh, I hate those fun houses.
I just don't find them fun.
I don't at all. Like mirror mazes, like yeah.
I don't find the fun in them. But maybe as a child, even then, I don't think I really cared about them. But Angela realizes that they're two-way mirrors. There's no gap in the reflection when she puts her finger on the mirror. That is a real thing.
Yes.
And I do that at hotels and motels all the time.
You brought that up to me one time, and now I do it every single time.
Yeah. Even at a fancy hotel, you don't know.
Agreed. Yes. And we're cutting, right? So we cut back to our other crew crawling through this like tunnel maze. I don't know how anyone would ever crawl through this, but okay. Evan seems pretty confident in which way to go, right?
Yeah.
We then hear something creaking in the tunnel. All right.
Yeah.
Evan and Harper do make it out, but Mallory isn't behind them. Yeah, no. The other group comes across a wall. So they're kind of, the other group is like, they get to like another room, and there's this big wall, and there's holes in the wall that you would essentially put your hand in. Sort of like, it reminded me of The Price is Right. Do you remember the game where you had to like punch through the thing and then you pull it out and there'll be like do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, this one is guess the body parts. Fuck that. That is, for me, well, honestly, all of them. But this one in particular, I was like, no.
Oh, sticking your hand in something?
There's no way I'm sticking my hand in there.
Not a chance in hell. Angela is like, you guys are pussies. I'm doing it first. And she does. She sticks her hand in. Nothing eventful happens, right?
Yeah. She starts screaming, get it off me, get it off me. And then she yells brains, and she throws it at Bailey. And it's just some type of food item like spaghetti.
Yes, exactly. I love also that like even Nathan was like unsure about putting his hand in, which I like that they made him like scared too.
Yeah.
It's not just the girls that are scared. Like everyone's kind of freaked out, right? But Nathan sticks his hand in and he tells them it feels small, round, and smooth. It's a grape. And he eats it.
And Angela says, it sounds like Evan's scrotum.
Yeah, it's a great line.
Him eating that grape was diabolical. What the fuck?
I said the exact same thing. I wrote in my notes. How are you eating that? Ew.
I wrote that was the most fucked up part so far.
No, dude, for real. How do you, was it washed? Where did it come from? Who had their hands on it? You think the scare actors washed their hands? What if they went to the bathroom and then touched it? Oh my God. Ew.
Wild.
So Bailey sticks her hand in and she starts feeling around and she's like, I don't really feel anything. I don't really feel anything. Angela tells her to put her arm further in.
Yeah, she's like all the way to her shoulder.
Yeah, no. She pulls her hand out and then she's like, I didn't feel anything. So she sticks her hand in again.
She realizes that she dropped Harper's mother's ring.
Oh, yes.
And then she's like, shit, like I can't lose this. Then she reaches in again to find it. And Nathan.
And also, why the fuck would you wear that? I'm sorry.
I
Whether or
know.
not Harper gave you permission or not, like,
For your costume?
nah.
For your cat costume? You don't need a ring for a cat costume. I was thinking that in the beginning of the movie when she was like, I'm borrowing jewelry. And she's like, careful, that's my mom's. I'd be like, okay, maybe don't wear my mom's ring for your cat costume.
Yeah, I just thought that was like, and I feel like because Harper has no backbone,
True.
like, she doesn't know how to say no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. It really bothered me.
Yeah.
Mm.
But Nathan does reach in the middle hole to try to help. So he's trying to reach around as well
Yeah.
to find the ring.
I said Nathan's a good guy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like him.
Yeah.
And so suddenly Nathan starts screaming. And of course Bailey does too. And then Nathan starts laughing. He's like, oh, I'm just fucking with you. But Bailey is still screaming.
Yeah.
She's like, no, something's got me. He helps pull her out. She looks at her wrist and suddenly blood starts coming through slits like she was cut with a razor.
Yes.
So when they first show this, she turns her wrist to the camera and you just see her tattoo that says love on it. And I was like, they gave her a small tattoo? Like, what am I looking at?
Oh, because
I'm
it
like,
took a second.
Did they tattoo her? They're like, that would be my personal hell. Imagine that you like stick your arm in and it comes out and it's like live, laugh, love.
I'll cut my arm off, please. I have questions about Bailey in a little bit that we'll
Okay.
get to and her injury.
Oh, okay.
So Evan and Harper, back to Evan and Harper, they're calling to Mallory through the tunnel.
Yes. Harper did hear something in the tunnel. She heard
Yes.
creaking,
Yes, we heard the creaking. Absolutely.
which like, okay, if you're not trying to scare me, who the fuck are you and why are you in here?
Oh, 1,000,000% yes. 1,000,000% yes, for sure.
And so they hear someone crawling, but Mallory is not responding.
Right. They think that Mallory's coming through, but
Yeah.
it ends up being this dude in a red cloak.
And a devil mask.
Oh, the devil dude.
He stands up and he is so tall, they look up at him.
Oh, he is a big, big man.
And that's why I drew horns on my head today.
Oh, to be the devil.
Yeah, it was honestly just the easiest quote unquote costume that I could do.
I think you did a great job, AK.
Thanks.
It's very festive.
And they're creeped out, but Evan is like, hey, our friend is still in there.
Yeah.
So he's not really.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying about Evan. Like, yes, he's insufferable in some points, but also he is trying to, one, help his friends.
Yeah.
And two, he does have balls.
Yeah.
Like, he stands up to all of these characters.
True.
And it isn't until later in the movie where I think he really realizes, like, that these people could be seriously dangerous. But I liked that Evan like stepped up to this guy.
Yeah.
I really did.
And so the guy flips a switch, the devil flips a switch, and a light turns on.
Yeah.
And then Harper is like, I think he wants us to keep going. It's so scary because they don't view him as a threat.
Exactly.
They think that he's a part, well, he is a part of the show, but they think that, oh,
They're
this
just
is
scare actors.
just a scare actor.
Yeah.
So they see this guy, they're not fighting him, they're not running, they're not hiding. You're just trusting him.
Right. Exactly.
Which
Exactly.
is like a scarier element almost.
Oh, 100%.
Because you don't know he's an enemy.
Oh, especially with Mitch. Well, when we get to Mitch.
Fucking Mitch.
So the devil flicks on the switch and we see a door behind them. And it looks like the type of door that definitely locks behind you.
Yeah.
Okay. They hear banging against the door and then the handle starts rattling, right?
Yeah.
Evan opens the door and it's a smaller room with a ladder.
Yeah. It also sounds like there's a chainsaw in there, but then when they get to what ends up being the top of a slide,
Yeah.
it's just a bunch of speakers.
Yeah. So again, even though they saw that girl with the poker and there's no real threat at this point. And the only ones that really know that something is off are the ones that went the safe route.
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be Nathan, Bailey, and Angela?
Yes.
Yes.
So Harper offers to go first down this slide, which I was like, damn, that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. She's finding a little bit of her strength, right?
But even then, I'm like, girl, you don't even know where it leads.
I would be definitely her for sure.
But I also wouldn't want to stay back with that devil guy. So it's like, can we just go down together somehow?
Let's all do a train.
Yeah. So they both get to the bottom of the slide, no problems. Okay. It leads to outside, and there is a guy in a mask there with the chainsaw.
With the chainsaw. Can I tell you, anytime I'm in like a haunted house situation and someone comes out with a chainsaw, like can you get it away from me?
Yes.
Can you, I get it. Unless you're actually Leatherface.
Yeah.
The chainsaw doesn't do it for me.
That is one of my least favorite parts of any haunted house because this is so weird to say as a performer, I hate loud noises.
I have sensory issues, so I absolutely understand that.
I think that I do. And I hate unnecessarily loud noises.
Yeah.
And that one is so loud, whether they're using a chainsaw with the chain off or they're using a leaf blower.
Right.
I'm just like, I don't want to run. Like
can you
if it's the very end of the haunted house, I'm like, okay.
Like you do a little skittish run out.
Like,
but if it's okay, the only time I will say that I enjoyed the chainsaws, there was a haunt I went to, oh my gosh, maybe 15 years ago. And it was outside. And it really kind of reminded me of this in a way because it did seem sort of thrown together. But there was one specific, because there was like multiple houses, but this one was in the forest.
Oh.
So you had to, and I remember that night, it was really foggy. It was dark. And you had to walk through the legit woods, and there were guys with chainsaws like chasing you through the woods. And it was actually one of the coolest. I want to say it was in Stouffville or Markham in Ontario, Canada.
Okay.
But it was one of the cooler. I actually want to see if they still have it because I would love to go this year because I just remember being one of the coolest haunts that I had ever experienced.
Yeah, that sounds fun because it's a unique experience.
Yeah.
A lot of the ones I'm thinking of are like, you get to the end of this warehouse where it's just a guy with a leaf blower and he's just chasing you and you're like,
can you just look at?
I know there's a lot of loud noises in haunted houses, but like that one in particular,
It does something to me too.
it like hits a pitch that just,
It's not for me.
no.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. So we see this guy with a chainsaw, and Harper asks him if he's seen their friend Mallory, right?
Mhm.
Evan slides down, and the chainsaw dude gets a little too close to him. And this is why I was like, yeah, I get you, Evan. Evan pushes him and is like, hey, you're in my personal space.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I think he was also pissed because when he slides down, he falls and like hits his tailbone on the ground. So I think he's just pissed. And then the guy has the chainsaw right in his face.
I would be upset too. I'd be like, give me a minute.
Yeah.
Can you give me a second? I just ate shit. All right.
Yeah.
The guy does not look happy about being pushed. All right.
No.
But they go through a door and they're reunited with Nathan, Angela, and Bailey. Bailey is looking super rough here. And this is my question to you.
Okay.
I get it. She has a cut on her arm. Why does it look like she was infected with something?
She does.
She looks sick.
I'm wondering if she lost a lot of blood.
How much blood?
But also they could have.
Did they put something on the blade?
That's what I was wondering, if they did something to her wound, because I feel like based on what happens later, she had to have been sedated or something.
Something.
We'll get there.
Like, listen, I've had cuts before, but I don't remember turning like blue from them.
Yeah.
I don't know. She seems sick.
I assume because it was her wrist that she lost a lot of blood, but yeah, they don't show us, so I don't know.
So she's looking pretty rough, and they're in this room, and all of a sudden a curtain is pulled back, and we see a chain link fence and the witch from earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nathan tries to tell this witch, like, hey, my friend Bailey here is hurt. We need some help. But the witch is ignoring them. She's like totally fabing them, right? The witch pulls another body bag out, and we see that it's Mallory, who has been probably sedated.
Mm-hmm.
Her hands are tied, and she's in this body bag, right?
Mm-hmm.
Harper absolutely looks like she's experiencing PTSD here.
Yeah.
Like, she looks very distraught. And the witch pulls out the hot poker again.
Yeah, and they're all screaming for Mallory to wake up.
Yes.
Because they're behind like a fence this time, right?
Yes. They're behind a chain link fence. Yes. The music kicks in louder here, and I just loved it because it really is like super intense. and Evan is like screaming and they're all like, Mallory, wake up, but you can only hear the music.
Yeah.
I loved that.
Yeah. And you're seeing them yell in slow motion.
Yeah, dude, there's something about slow motion, quiet, where people are yelling. I just, I love it. So obviously, the witch has this poker, and something bad is definitely about to happen.
Yeah.
She stabs Mallory in the head.
I was like, oh, that's different from the first time. She
in the head.
She didn't just burn her face.
Yo, dude. Oh, it's so gross. The group is like freaking out. They're in shock. And Harper falls back and just like sits and sinks and gets really small against the wall.
I think they're all frozen in fear and shock because they do scream at first. And I think Angela says, is this just acting? But then after that, they're all pretty much silent. A curtain closes when that happens, and then a door opens, showing them where they have to go to continue.
Like, I love Harper. I really felt for Harper this whole movie because her POV is like, I just see her reliving her trauma like over and over and over again in every scene in this film. And the way that she approaches things with delicacy as a form of self-preservation, you know, like even later when she starts talking to them, she comes at it from like she's fawning.
Yeah.
And my heart just was like breaking for her the whole time, you know, like she's just, oh, poor baby. Okay.
Fawning is when you like, how do you describe it?
So there's like fight, flight, freeze, fawn.
Yeah.
Right.
Fawn is like going along with it.
Fawn is like placating.
Okay.
You're like placating to the person.
Yeah, which sometimes is a way to go.
That was when I was younger. I would definitely fawn.
I've heard of people escaping really fucked up situations by
fawning.
doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you can think quick on your feet, you can kind of gauge like, you know, should I be, but sometimes you can't even think, your body just goes into fight or flight or whatever.
Yeah.
You know? But yes, the door opens up. Nathan starts feeling around for his phone, right? But we realize like they don't have their phones.
Right.
And it's like you said, they're in shock, right? So they're just sort of like trying to figure out like how they're going to approach this. And one of them is like, no, the phones are in the lockbox, right?
Yeah.
So then they're like, okay, we need the key.
Yes. And they decide they want to go back. They don't want to continue in the haunted house. They want to go back the way they came.
And Evan steps up and he's like, dude, I'm pretty sure I can remember how to get us through here.
And he says, I can pick the lock in the lockbox, so I'll go. But they're trapped where they are right now.
So there is a door in this room that is locked, right? And so it's the way back.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, the red door.
The red door. And this is where Evan is like, you know, I could probably pick this lock. Or Nathan suggests it. And Evan's like, I might be able to. One of the girls hands him a few bobby pins, right? And Evan's trying. And he tells them that it's a two-way lock. And the bobby pin snaps. And I loved it because Nathan was like, I thought you knew how to pick a lock. And he goes, Evan looks at him and he's like, I'm an equipment manager. I'm not Robert De Niro in Heat. I thought that was a great line.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, Evan, yeah, that's pretty great. But then that's when he says, let's go a little bit further. Me and you, we'll try to find a crowbar or whatever. And Nathan's like, don't worry, dude. I got it. Stay with the girls, right? Which is like, again, you are brave as fuck to be going by yourself because it couldn't be me, man. It couldn't be me.
No.
You would have to like psych yourself up. And Nathan does. He kind of psychs himself up to go.
Yeah, and he puts the key between his knuckles.
Yeah.
So he's like ready to fight.
He's ready. That's my man.
And then we see Angela telling Bailey that they have everything. They have our addresses. They have our parents' names, talking about the waivers they signed.
Yes,
Which I'm like, damn, what did they ask you for on those waivers?
I know. And you're not even thinking about it. You're just like, all right, well, I guess I'll sign my life away. Don't do it.
Right. Evan is trying to reach underneath some fencing to reach up. I think it was the poker, right?
Yeah. So the fence that blocked, that is like blocking them from the other side where, was it Mallory that got the poker through the head? Yeah. He's trying to reach his arm underneath that fencing and to grab it. And Angela notices this and she's like, you know what, maybe I can probably help with this because I got like small arms or whatever. So now they're both trying to get this poker. And in my notes, I said, Evan's a bit of an asshat, but like he's on top of it.
Yeah.
Like he is actually thinking very clearly.
Yes. And then we cut back over to Nathan, who has now walked into a room with a bunch of mannequins lined up with sheets over them. The way I hate this so much.
Oh, it reminded me of I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I feel like I couldn't, I don't know that I could bring myself to walk through
Oh,
them.
I'd be frozen.
Yeah.
I would be, dude.
I'd be going back like, okay, guys, maybe one of you come with me.
So guys, here's the thing. As much as I would love to be the one to do this, like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I would be very scared. So it's like this whole lineup of, they kind of look like ghosts. Let's just call them ghosts, right?
Yeah.
They're like mannequins with sheets, right? It's scary as fuck. And then there's someone in a costume that's standing like in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke comes up from a grate under Nathan, and it startles him and he drops the fucking key.
Down a fucking vent.
Yes, down the grate, right?
Ugh.
He looks so scared, which, yeah, I think anyone would be. But he still walks forward through these ghost sheet dudes.
Yeah, because that person in the middle is now gone.
Yeah, dude.
Which is crazy that he walked through after seeing that.
Right, because there's kind of like there's like a party in the middle. So
Yeah.
think of it like you're like pews in a church, right?
Mhm.
You're kind of walking through the middle, and it's like ghosts on either side, right?
Yeah.
We hear a thud, and one of the mannequins falls over.
Mhm.
Then we see the same dude from before walk out of the room,
Just randomly.
just randomly.
And they do a good job making it almost like a jump scare because nothing is moving.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he just walks out from the line and walks away from him, not toward him.
No, exactly. And this dude is wearing a white cloak and he's wearing a white ghost mask.
Okay, I kept calling him in my notes, not Ghostface.
I kind of like Ghostface, but not is in my notes. I think I called him Ghosty for the rest of it until he tells us his name is Mitch. So Nathan calls out to the dude and he's like, we need help.
Yeah, someone is hurt.
Yeah, someone's hurt. And for a moment, there's like nothing,
Mhm.
right? It's just the nothing. So the ghost dude like stops for a second and he hesitates, but then he does end up turning around.
Yeah, and the lights come on.
Yes,
and
exactly.
he's like, did you say you needed help?
Totally normal.
Yeah.
Like completely normal.
Mm-hmm.
And you think for a second, like, oh, maybe this guy is going to help us out, right? And then he also, for a second, you see his basic ass sneakers underneath his cloak.
Mm-hmm.
Like Nathan notices them.
Yeah.
And then the guy like retreats a bit and like hides his shoe.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, like maybe he doesn't want his
Like any identifying
yeah, I think
item
so.
showing. And he goes, let me go get something, and walks away from Nathan, which everything he says and does is so sus, but he's also helping them. So you're like,
And his voice is very normal.
yeah, normal, but also a little suspicious. Let me go get something. Like, okay.
Yeah, like you're like, are you actually going to help me?
It's very tense, which
It's so tense.
is the point.
Harper is like on the floor and we're cutting back, right? So
Mhm.
Harper and Bailey and them are there. Harper's sitting against the wall with Bailey and Harper's just sort of like silently crying. And Bailey apologizes to her for losing her mother's ring. She tells her, right?
I was like, Bailey, this is the last thing she needs right now. Like, I know you're sorry, but like to add that on top of everything else, I don't know.
I even said like in my notes too, I was like, does it really matter at this point? But okay.
Yeah.
Harper tells her it's fine. And I said, I mean, fuck, at this point, who gives a fuck about the ring?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a good chance we're all dying here. I think we're all right with the jewelry.
Yeah.
And then now we're going to learn a little bit of Harper's backstory.
Mm-hmm.
And she tells Bailey that she grew up in a haunted house.
Yes.
She both loved and hated it. Her dad would read to her. He taught her how to ride a bike. But then also he beat her mother, essentially. She would hide under her bed in her room while her father was assaulting the mother.
Yeah. And
one day while she was hiding, her dad threw her mom across the room. And when that happens, we see the mother's ring fall to the ground. And she hasn't gone back home in 4 years.
Yeah.
And she keeps having this reoccurring dream where she goes back and knocks on the door, terrified that her dad is going to answer. But inside, her mom comes out and tells her that he's gone forever and the house isn't haunted anymore. And in a horror movie, I thought this whole scene was done so well
Mm-hmm.
because it's just so real.
Yeah.
It's so fucking real, man.
Yeah.
Like, I felt for her so much in that moment.
So you can see how this haunted house she's in right now is a metaphor for her childhood.
Oh, dude, it's
She grew up in a haunted house. Now she has to face this haunted house.
she's a fucking survivor. And let me tell you, our final girl is one hell of a badass.
Harper's motto should be the horrors persist, but so do I. Because
My
the fuck.
God.
I stole it from a meme.
Oh, why would you admit that? Just say it's
Because
yours.
I'm sure people have seen it before. And I think I probably have posted it before.
I loved it. That was great.
Thanks.
So, cut to Angela, who's with them, but she's still trying to reach the poker with her arm through the fence, right? But she can't reach it. And I don't know why I wrote this, but I said they really seem like a real friend group.
Yeah, because she said, it's probably because she said, I feel like my cousin right now. She's a proctologist.
Yeah. And when I watched that documentary and I found out that they all really did become very close friends, I don't know. I love that. I love finding that out about movies when like the
Yes.
cast gets along and they build this great rapport and you can really see it come to life on screen,
We
right?
always love that.
So she eventually does grab the poker.
Yeah.
But then someone stomps on her hand, dude.
It's the
and
fucking
it's that
witch.
I fucking hate the witch.
Yeah.
I wanted to beat the shit out of this witch the whole movie.
Well, lucky for you, she about to get hers.
Oh, yes. Evan grabs the poker and he immediately starts working on the door, right? They're like, whatever, we need to get out of here. But just then, the ghost dude comes in with Nathan, right? And he's acting all concerned about Bailey bleeding and
Oh yeah, he's like, I'm sorry, girls, this isn't supposed to happen.
right, like he's definitely like playing along like he's there to help them.
So then not Ghostface looks at Evan and says, I have the keys. So he can help them. He can help him unlock that door to go back. He doesn't have to pry it open with that bar.
Right. And Nathan even here says to him, like, dude, we didn't see anything. We don't need to talk to your manager.
Yeah.
Like, nothing happened. Like, we just want to go. And I thought that was a smart approach. You know, tell him, like, listen, dude, we didn't see nothing.
Yeah.
We just want to get the fuck out of here. Right.
So they finally get to the exit.
Which is a complete opposite of what Harper has experienced with men. Nathan is super level-headed. He's not aggressive. He's, you know what I mean? It's just the complete opposite of what Harper has experienced. And
Yeah.
anyway, I just want to point that out.
Oh yeah, the complete opposite of her boyfriend for sure.
Oh God, Sam.
So they get to this exit that they thought was there, but it's not a real exit. It's a decoy. And then not Ghostface is like, that makes sense. I didn't remember there being an exit there. And they're like, why
Dude.
didn't you say anything? So it's shit like this where you're like, okay, you're not trying to help them. But at the same time, he's letting them, it seems like he's letting them leave or, you know.
It's like he's aiding them, but not at the same time.
Because he
It's
has.
like it's a false sense of security here.
Yes, because he knows that he is in control. He
Yeah.
knows that they are in control.
Right.
And so Harper says, we have to go back through the tunnel. And then not Ghostface tells them, well, you can only go one at a time. There's a trap door. So basically, if there's more than one person in there, one person will fall through. And everyone gets really upset. And he's like, look, it's just so we can put one of you on the show. And they're like, oh, we know about your show. Our friend is dead. And he's like, she's not dead. She's on the other side waiting for you. She's probably wondering what's going on.
Dude, like, I get, like, Evan here is like, dude, like, Evan loses it here.
Yes. And though also I will say, I feel like not Ghosty's answers are all perfect.
I know.
So you're
I
like,
know.
okay.
Yes, dude. Yes,
They
exactly.
ask for his name here.
Oh, Evan gets right in his face and he starts yelling.
Yeah.
Like he's very heated. And this is where Harper steps in and Harper starts fawning.
Yeah.
She says, you know, what's your name? My name's Harper.
Mhm.
What's your name? And he ends up telling her that his name is Mitch.
Yeah.
And she's basically saying like, we just need to get some help. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so she's coming at it from a completely different place than Evan.
Mind you, the entire time, he has not taken his mask off.
Dude. And this is why Evan is getting so fucking heated. And this is why Nathan then goes, you know, bro, like we would all feel a hell of a lot more comfortable if you would take off that fucking mask.
Before he says that, I was like, it was dawning on me like, wait a minute. No, this can't be. Because I was wondering, okay, is he going to help them? Is he not? But I'm like, wait a minute. He hasn't taken his fucking mask off. There's no way he's going to help them.
Dude, man, dude.
Like coming to that realization real time, I was like, oh, fuck. And then he says, you need to take that mask off. But not Ghosty, just kind of ignores that.
Yeah, and he responds all lightheartedly. here and he's like, listen, man, I don't care which way you go, but we're almost at the end of the haunted house and it's probably farther if you go all the way backwards. So like, why don't we just keep going?
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying it in such like a nice guy
Yep.
sort of way.
Yeah.
Harper suggests they go through the tunnel one at a time,
Yeah.
which I don't know, couldn't be me. And then Evan kind of holds court here and he tells them like, listen, guys, I sort of remember the way back.
Yeah.
Like I can get through this maze, right?
Yep. He's like, I'll take the key to the lockbox. And this is where he learns that Nathan dropped the key.
Yeah.
But he's like, I can pick it. I can pick the lockbox.
That's right. Yeah.
So he's going to go first, then not Ghostface, then Nathan, then the girls.
He also calls the ghost dude a bitch.
Instead of Mitch. He's
Yeah.
like, then bitch will go through. I'm
Yeah.
like, you're not really helping your case here, my guy.
Right. Which, he definitely is like a hothead for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know how I feel about that order. And I felt like when I was watching it the first time, in my mind, I was like, wait, they should have done this. And now I can't think of what that was. What would have been better? But sending not
Mitch
Ghostface
first was not
or second, because it's Evan then Mitch.
Yeah, I don't think that was a great idea.
But I also don't know. Now I can't think of the
But
other
you also
order.
don't want Mitch to be the one behind you.
Right. You don't want to leave him with the girls.
You don't want to leave him with the girls. You don't want to be crawling through a tunnel with this ghost face behind you, crawling behind you, because
Then
you're
I-
defenseless.
Then I was thinking, should it have been Evan, the girls, get the girls through? So
Yeah.
a guy first, get the girls through, then Ghostface, and then Nathan.
Yeah, yeah. I
Or-
mean, they're
I know,
thinking
I'm
so
like-
quickly on their feet.
Either way, someone was going to be in danger.
Yeah, I agree. Exactly. There's really no matter what, they're fucked.
Yeah.
But Nathan follows behind Ghosty with the poker.
Yes. And Harper does tell him that she wants his keys first.
I love Harper.
That was
man.
smart.
Oh yeah, she's smart through the whole film.
This part though, I don't understand, and maybe you picked up something different that I didn't. So she goes to that big door behind them.
Yeah,
The one that was like that they were led through before.
yeah.
And she's like, "What key is it?" It's a yellow door. He's like, "Yellow, obviously," which I did think was funny.
Yeah.
She unlocks it, but then she just listens at the door.
Yeah.
And we'll come back to it in a second. But basically, the handle starts moving, and then she starts freaking out and trying to lock it. I don't understand what her motive was there.
Because she wanted to make sure that there isn't somebody on the other side of the door that's going to like ambush them or like,
So was she actually locking that door, you think? That would make more sense. Right?
Yeah. I think she was locking it behind them so that
Okay.
nobody could rush in.
Got it. That makes way more sense, because for some reason I thought she was unlocking it. And then I was like,
No, I
that
think
doesn't-
she's locking it so that nobody can come in after them.
that makes way more sense. But someone else will eventually have a key.
Mhm, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
got
mhm.
it. That makes way more sense.
Yeah. No, for sure. So, I also wrote in my notes that everything with this ghost guy sounds so nonchalant.
Yeah.
Evan makes it through. Ghost dude goes in, and then after that, Nathan follows behind him. Evan runs ahead through the maze, right? He's going through this. He's trying to get through. Ghost dude, Mitch, crawls out the tunnel and kind of like looks around.
Yeah.
It's a very scary visual.
Yeah, he doesn't alert them. So when Evan got to the end, he automatically banged on the walls and was like, "I'm through."
Yes.
Not Ghosty gets out, walks away from the tunnel, comes back with supplies.
Oh, yes.
And then bangs on the tunnel and says, "All right, I'm through."
I'm through. Yes, exactly. And then all of a sudden, as Nathan is making his way through the tunnel, we can hear something and we see Mitch is nailing the fucking tunnel closed, dude.
With big ass nails.
Like huge ass nails and huge piece of wood.
probably 9-inch nails.
Ooh. I was about to sing a song, but I won't. So Evan is further along, and we see that there's a guy in a mask watching him, right? The door in the room the girls are in
Yeah.
starts opening.
The one that Harper's listening to.
Yes. Nathan gets to the end of the tunnel and then he realizes he's trapped, right? And then Evan at the same time, so it's all kind of happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Evan makes it all the way to the opening,
Mm-hmm.
right? Where the skeleton is.
Yeah.
Bumps into that skeleton with the cat ears that I thought
Oh, yeah.
that I thought were already on it.
And then we see that the door by Harper is opening. She yells to the other girls to run, but they're like, "No, we have to wait for Nathan or the trap door." But she's like, "You need to run now." When the door opens, the devil face in the red cloak starts walking, not running, walking toward the other girls, which with a pitchfork.
Yes, and Harper eats shit here.
Yeah, she falls behind the door when he opens it.
Yep.
Angela and Bailey try running in the tunnel. Remember, Bailey is very badly hurt.
Yeah.
So Angela's trying to like shove Bailey in, but he grabs Angela's leg, pulls her out onto the ground, and stabs her through the head with the pitchfork.
It is gnarly, man.
Like one of her eyes goes another way, like sideways. It is fucked up.
It is so gnarly, dude. Harper watches this in horror, dude.
Yes. Bailey is now in the tunnel, and Harper is running through that door that opened and locking herself into another room.
Yeah, so she's running further and further, and like every time she runs through a room, she locks the door behind her. She runs, she locks. Like very smart, right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Bailey is trying to get through the tunnels.
Yes. And she can hear Nathan yelling, and she's trying to yell to him, and then all of a sudden she hears nothing. We see that Nathan has fallen through the trapdoor because there's more than one person in there.
Right, exactly. And then Harper watches as someone tries to get through the door to her because remember, she's kind of gone off ahead.
Yeah.
And so now somebody is clearly following her.
Right. We cut to Evan, who has made it out, as you mentioned, but the lockbox has been ripped off the fucking wall.
Dude.
We see the clown from the beginning walking it into a room.
Yes.
And then we see,
like he's got the lockbox.
yes, he has the lockbox. He's taking it away.
Oh, he takes his mask off here.
Oh, and he has,
That hairdo.
he basically looks like a clown under the mask.
Yes.
He has like carvings in his face that look like a clown. And now we see not Ghostface approaching Evan from the dark of inside the warehouse. It is so creepy.
It is so scary.
And he's taking his time.
Oh, yeah.
And Evan says, "Where is everybody?" And he says, "They were right behind me." Just calm as a cucumber.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Nice guy. Uh-huh.
Real nice guy.
Uh-huh.
So now we cut back to, there's a lot of cutting, as we mentioned. We cut back to the clown. He's going through everyone's phones. Harper is still trying to prevent someone from unlocking the door that she's in, but the key breaks and the devil gets through.
Oh, also, a couple of things about the text messaging.
Yes.
Mallory's phone has a ton of like missed calls and texts asking where she is. Thought that was interesting. We also find out it's about 4 a.m. here.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
So they've been in there for a long time.
Yeah.
Like quite a long time, right?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So when the devil face is what I called him in my notes, approaches Harper, he has the pitchfork up to her face and she slides down the wall saying, "Please don't hurt me," which I understand
But
with her backstory.
She also calls him Sam.
Yes. It's so hard for me to watch that, especially with a long range weapon. Like, you got to grab that shit. You know what I'm saying?
but it's her PTSD. It's her trauma.
I know. I totally understand
She
that.
has no strength, man.
But it is
she
so
does,
hard.
but she not in that moment, you know?
Yes. It's so hard for me to watch that. But she says, "Please don't hurt me, Sam." And then the devil drops down. He crouches down face to face with her, takes his mask off, and he has so many modifications on his face. He has horns all around, like implants, dermal implants, all around his chin. He has his whole face tattooed, a bunch of eyebrow rings. And he says,
Do you know originally they were going to have his whole head red, but they changed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Like his face?
Like his
Interesting.
whole head was going to be red, but he's got like little horns coming out of his head and like, you know, like spiky dog collars.
Yeah.
I used to wear those all the time in high school. Oh my God. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
them.
That's what he looks like.
That's what it looks like. Yeah. Coming out of his head and stuff. Yeah.
And even his voice sounds like he has a voice modular up to it.
Yeah.
And he says, "Who's Sam?"
Dude.
My voice kind of sounds like that right now.
And he looks both. He looks both amused and intrigued by her. It's very sinister, man. It's very sinister.
Yes. We cut back to the phones and we see that Sam is calling Harper.
Yep.
And the clown answers, which I don't know why you would do that.
I don't either. That was.
But also on his part, stupid, but like for their sake, smart.
Yeah, he does. He answers it. And Sam is like, who's answering Harper's phone? You know, he's
Yeah.
kind of losing it. And I said, honestly, Sam should be trapped in this fucking place, not Harper.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like It always feels like the douchebags that get to live life to the fullest while the Harpers of the world get stuck in a haunted house with these fucking freaks. But anyway, the clown asks who Sam is trying to reach, and he tells him he's trying to reach Harper. The camera kind of pans around here, and we see what this clown looks like. Wow, his face is modified.
Yeah.
Like he's got his face is like a clown tattoo, like you were saying earlier. He's got blonde hair on the sides of his head, none on top. It's quite the fucking do. He reminds me of a jobber from the 80s.
He reminded me, yes.
Right? With that shit hairdo, like that is totally like jobber.
I was going to say he reminded me of John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah.
But it's just because he's a clown. His
Yeah.
face almost looks carved too, not just tattooed.
No, for sure, for sure. He tells Sam that he's too late, and he hangs up the phone.
Which there was a part here where I was like, oh my gosh, is Sam, the abusive boyfriend, going to be the one that saves them?
I was so worried about that.
Well, I was thinking, what a layered story. You know what I mean? Like,
I was the first time I saw this, I was worried that he was going to save the day.
you were worried that he was going to?
Yes, because he's a piece of shit.
Well, I was kind of hoping he did because I was interested to, I guess, address those conflicting emotions about someone because, you know, bad people can sometimes do good things.
True. I
And
know it's true.
I don't know. I was curious about that, but we'll see what happens.
But we see that Sam is leaning against his truck, and it sort of looks like he could be somewhat close to where they are. Maybe.
Yes.
The clown sticks all the phones in the microwave,
Almost all of them.
almost all of them, and turns over to a map where we see a room called the Red Door Room. Ooh, boy.
Now, Devilface, back with Harper, says to her,
Oh, he caresses her face here.
hate that. And he says, such a pretty mask. Why don't we take it off? Find out who you really are.
Ew, what the fuck, dude?
Nathan appears with a nail gun.
Yes, Nathan, get him.
And starts shooting it at the devil's face.
Love it.
And they escape. I don't know that nail guns can actually shoot that far. I
They
wonder.
can't.
I was gonna say
We talked about this in Dale versus
yes.
Dale and Tucker.
I knew we talked about it before.
Yeah.
So they escape. Now back with Evan, he's still standing there with Not Ghostface, and he's like, "Where is everybody?"
Yeah.
And Not Ghosty says, "Do you still want to see my face?" This creeped me the fuck out. I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
And again, Evan realizes here. He's like, "No, you know what, dude? I'm good.
It's whatever, man.
I don't need to see your face. You know what? I'm cool." What a weird fucking question to ask somebody, and what a weird question at a time like that.
Out of nowhere makes it so much creepier.
So creepy, man. He's
And-
like, Evan's like, "I just want to go home, dude. That's it."
And then Not Ghosty says, "Oh yeah," and then says his address.
He recites his address to him.
Recites
Yes.
his address, and then he goes, "Before you wanted to see my face. Do you still want to see it?"
It's a work in progress. I'm
Like,
good, man.
I
I don't want to
really-
see your ugly ass face, all right?
I really don't want to see your fucking face. However, then we cut to Evan dead on the concrete. I was so jarred here. I didn't understand what I was looking at because you're cutting, but with the same people. You know, it's not cutting back to a different scene. We see Not a Ghost Face with his mask off.
Dude, he looks fucking wild. He
How
looks
do
like
you-
he's like a demon animal thing.
I wrote
No nose.
He has no nose. He looks like a skeleton, but made out of skin.
And he looks almost like burned.
Yes, that's what I wrote.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't really have a lot of features. Like you said, no nose, no real lips. that
Maybe
you
no
can tell.
eyelids.
Yeah, his eyes almost look like they were modified too.
For
Like
sure.
it's hard to tell because it's also dark.
Yeah.
But it's very jarring to see for the
Yeah.
first time, especially.
He looks fucking gnarly. He definitely probably burned himself to achieve this look. He has like 4 strands on his head, like Homer Simpson.
He does. He takes the back of the hammer.
Oh.
This is the
Oh.
craziest part, in my
Oh.
opinion, of the whole movie.
Dude.
He sticks the back of the hammer into Evan's mouth, like toward the roof of his mouth.
Yeah.
And basically like peels his head back.
Oh, he skins him. Because
But I
they
thi-
want the mask.
He like rips his whole like front of his,
Yeah.
what is this? Not a mandible. This is the mandible.
Yeah.
Like the roof of his mouth off. Like
Oh,
his
yeah.
teeth and everything.
Oh, dude, it's nasty.
It's crazy.
Pretty gnarly, yeah. So we cut to Harper, who's running for her life past the wall of ghosts. She hits a dead end, and there is a bucket hanging on a rope over top of an opening. And the bucket has some really weird shit inside of it. It's like some nasty ass stuff. I couldn't really make out what it was, but it looked like
Roadkill.
roadkill. Yeah. She has to stick her hand in there, and it sounds all squishy and gross, which ew. But she finds a flashlight, and then the bucket all of a sudden is pulled back into the ceiling. So they're still messing with them. Like,
yes.
they're still working the haunt.
There
right?
are a lot of gross psychological elements to this place and some regular ones you would see in a haunted house, especially an extreme one. So in addition to, them actually murdering people.
Yeah. And I love here that like Harper's so scared, but man, she is brave.
Yeah, sticking
She's
your hand in
brave.
that bucket. Ugh.
Yeah.
I have a strong stomach, but that would be, I don't know. I don't know how I'd handle that.
No, I wouldn't put my hand in there.
You're like, I'll just walk around in
I'd
the
be
dark.
like, you know what? Just kill me.
At that point, honestly, no, she does that. We see she has a flashlight. We cut to Nathan, who is now behind where they had to stick their hands in the holes.
Yes.
He sees noodles, which was the brains. He sees grapes, which we already knew was the eyes. And then he sees straight up razor blades on the table. He also finds Harper's mom's ring and he grabs it.
Yes.
Then he stumbles upon the room with the cell phones.
Yes, and he finds a phone.
Yeah, it looks
and he
like
grabs it, dude.
He didn't nuke one of them, and this is Harper's phone.
Right. He hears like a creak behind him, and he hides behind like sort of like a tarped area.
Yeah.
And footsteps are like kind of approaching. Nathan wiggles backwards and he hits a paint can, alerting whoever this figure is. The figure walks in front of the trap or in front of the tarp and just stops for a second.
They're like face to face, right? Like with his shadow.
Yes.
But Nathan's eyes are closed here, and that drove me crazy.
Oh, he was so scared.
I was like, you better open your fucking eyes right now.
Dude.
Because you don't know what's happening.
I know, but I totally get it. He's fucking terrified.
Yeah.
He hit the paint can, and it's that moment of just like, please don't see that in here.
I'd be
Please don't hear
pissing
that in here.
myself.
Oh, I would be running down my legs for
Yeah,
sure.
straight up. What did you say? One episode, a little turd right down your leg.
I mean, it happened once. God damn, fuck, don't remind me. So then we cut back to Harper, and she's kind of looking around this room with the flashlight, right? And we see some very crazy shit in this room. We see a board on the ground with nails sticking out of it, which I have to say I'm a big fan. There are tons of weapons kind of hanging from the ceiling. And when I say weapons, I'm saying like there's knives, like big butcher knives, and, basically things that if you are running for your life are going to cause a lot of damage to your body if you run into them.
This is like a demented Home Alone.
1,000,000% yes. 1,000,000% yes.
So in the very beginning of the movie, when we saw them setting up strings, this was the booby traps.
This was the booby traps, exactly. And then we see a masked person start to approach Harper. So she's forced to start walking backwards. And we know what's going to happen here, guys. She's walking backwards, and all of a sudden, she steps on one of those giant nails, dude.
Ugh.
Oh my God. Can I tell you? So the actress, I believe her name is Katie Stevens. She had to put a rock in her shoe to remind her that she had to limp, which is exactly what I believe his name was Peter Barton did in Hell Night.
Yes.
Put a little rock in his shoe to remind him that he was injured.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
No, so scary.
The nails part.
The nails. Yes. So cut back to Nathan.
Yes. Nathan also pisses me off here, but
why?
Because he goes to leave the tarp, right? He walks out of the tarp backwards. He goes backwards and like spins around and is like, oh, why the fuck would you walk out backwards?
Okay, I did not.
I love Nathan, but that part I was like,
I did not catch that at all. I didn't catch that at all.
He goes backwards, he spins around, not Ghostface is standing right there.
Oh, Mitch has got a hammer, real hammer, by the way. And while they were filming this, so Channing Morrow in the documentary I watched talked about how he was so scared to film this scene because it was a real hammer. And Will, who plays Nathan, basically told him, like, dude, you just got to go for it. Like, it's going to be fine. And I guess, like, Will was in really good shape, too. And I believe Channing was just very nervous about the whole thing. Like, he was scared. He was like, oh, my God. And Will talks about the first time that he saw Channing on set as Mitch, He said he saw this guy standing off to the side, drinking a giant Red Bull, smoking a cigarette, giving him these like shifty ass eyes. And Will couldn't get a read on him because they kept the bad guys, right? The devil, the witch, they kept them separate from the cast.
Oh, they got separate locker rooms, babyface and heel.
No, for real.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly. To keep that authenticity on camera.
Yeah.
No, I thought that was really neat.
That is really neat. When you said real hammer, I thought you meant like in the movie. I was like, yeah, he just killed Evan with it.
No, I meant in real life. He's got a real
Okay.
hammer, and he was
Wow.
like, he was real scared.
Oh, I'd be real scared to swing a real hammer at someone for real.
Yeah, no, for real, for real.
So he spins around, sees him. Nathan says, look, I just want to know where my friends are. And he's kind of talking calmly to not Ghostface while he's secretly sending their location to Sam on Harper's phone.
Brilliant.
However, the phone pings when he does this, and not Ghostface immediately goes to attack him with the hammer.
Yes.
They start scrapping around. I didn't see how Nathan got away, but he obviously is able to escape him.
Yeah, he is. And we find out that Sam is about 18 miles away from them when he gets the ping.
Yeah.
So he does get it.
And the only good thing about Sam being like, oh no, I'm going to go see who the fuck answered her phone,
Is that he went.
is that he actually went to go find her. Then again, I would think anyone would if you got a weird call like that.
For sure. A weird ping. Yeah, I think so.
So I'll talk more about Sam when we get to
Sure.
later on. So Nathan does end up climbing a ladder to a hatch that leads to outside. So he did get away from Ghostface, or not Ghostface. Mitch, yes.
Yeah.
I was like, who? Yes. Mitch.
Yeah.
We see Harper back in that booby trap room. She's on the ground. She's hurt.
Oh, she's got to pull her foot out off that nail. Yikes.
And then she sees some rope and she follows it with her flashlight along the ceiling to the point where she sees the guy in the mask who looks like he's wearing like a Dracula mask. Almost like from Monster Squad, to be honest with you. That's what it reminded me of, like an 80s mask.
Yeah.
He is
I believe that was the inspo for a lot of these masks.
okay.
Yeah.
And
Not Monster Squad, just those 80s
yes.
masks, those plastic creepy masks.
Yeah, I think he's credited as vampire. And he's cutting the rope very fast. Like it almost feels like Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, for sure.
And so she goes crawling away as fast as she can. She gets stuck in basically a human-sized mousetrap.
Yeah, it's like what is it called? Super glue.
It's so fucked up. She has to rip her skin off her hands to get away.
Yeah, and you know what's so interesting about that? When I was watching that interview or that documentary, they were talking about how they did that effect. And I guess that glue was actually like Elmer's glue that then they would then rip apart on the hand.
Okay.
So she couldn't touch anything
Yeah.
for continuity reasons. I thought it was interesting because when I learned how to do that in FX school, we used latex.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't use Elmer's glue. We used latex. So I just thought it was like interesting that they used that.
Yeah, and I bet you Elmer's glue is a lot cheaper.
Oh,
Than
yeah,
liquid latex.
that's true. Yeah.
So she ends up ripping her palms off basically and narrowly escaping through this door as a board with a bunch of knives swings down.
Oh, God.
She is now in what looks like a little girl's bedroom. Hate it.
Yeah, dude.
She moves the dresser immediately to block the door, and there is a message on the wall backwards.
Yeah.
And she uses this little compact mirror to read what it says, which was funny because I felt like I could read it before she even flipped it. Like it's, like when people do those puzzles, like, can you read this message backwards?
Yeah.
And it says,
Find the key to escape the haunt.
correct.
Sounds a little too good to be true, but all right.
Sounds like you're full of shit, but let's find out.
Because she barricades herself in.
Yeah.
I think that's how she finds the little note.
Yeah. Then she notices that some wallpaper is coming off the wall, like just peeling off in giant sheets. And underneath one of the pieces, it says, dolls see all.
Yeah.
Hate that. Inside one of the dolls' faces, it says, the worst one in my opinion, someone is hiding under the bed. Ugh.
I would be shitting my pants.
I would have nothing left to shit, but somehow I would shit more.
For
in
real,
this
dude.
part.
No, dude, for real. Like,
That is-
you know what? I'd rather die at this point.
That is actually fucking terrifying. Also, I would have backed up all the way to the wall and tried to peek under the bed. But she goes right up to the bed and takes the covers off. Blood everywhere.
Huge blood stain.
But I'm thinking like, what if someone grabbed your ankles? Don't walk up to the fucking bed. I'm thinking a person is under the bed that's gonna attack
Me too,
her.
me too. She plays, Katie Stevens plays being terrified so well.
Yeah.
Like I could feel her fear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She drops down, crawls under the bed.
Oh, dude, she finds a fucking Jack in the Box. Nah, I
There-
don't fuck with a Jack in the Box, man.
No, it's like
Nah.
a dollhouse wind-up toy.
Yeah.
She winds it up. It starts playing the Jack in the Box song.
Nah.
And at the pop goes the weasel. The door opens and gives her a key. Oh my gosh,
key.
that was so easy.
Mm-hmm.
At the same moment, someone starts banging on the door.
Oh, and she starts like silently sobbing.
hmm She starts having flashbacks to her dad coming in and finding her under the bed as a child.
Dude, oh God.
And it's Devilface, of course, with his fucking pitchfork.
Yep.
He walks up to the bed. He crouches down again and says, "Come out. Let's take off your mask."
I know.
Like, shut up.
Like, go fuck yourself, dude.
She says no and pops out and stabs him in the fucking eye with that key.
Yes, girl, stab him. I
Yes.
loved it.
She unlocks the door, which sets off a bunch of gears that are on the door, and it's taking forever to open. She's like, "Come on, come on, come on." The door says the end on it, by the way.
Yep.
So you're like, okay. Then the pop goes the weasel part of the song that's playing sets off a fucking shotgun blast through the door.
It hits her.
It hits her in the shoulder.
It hits her in the shoulder. Yep.
But we don't see quite yet. We see Nathan hears this. He hears the shotgun as he's outside. He's running toward the fence and he hears it. He's like, oh shit.
Yep.
So he was possibly going to be leaving at that point or trying to escape. Now we see Harper's been shot in the shoulder. She's crawling away, like toward the gun out that door.
Yep.
The gun is still going off, by the way. The music keeps playing, and at the end of the song or like close to it, it keeps going off.
Yeah, it's like it's a mechanism with like gears and shit.
Yeah.
So it's automatically shooting.
So Devilface,
Oh, and all of the lights turn on too.
mhm.
The lights are about to all turn on.
The Devilface gets to her. He starts choking her.
Yeah.
She hears that the gun is about to go off again. So she jams her finger in his eye so he'll lift up and he gets shot in the head.
Oh, it's beautiful.
That was so smart.
I loved it.
This part, tell me how you felt about this. So she knows that how this works. She just used it to her advantage.
Yeah.
She stands up as the song is about to end again. So she knows it's going to go off again, but she stands up. So what I was going to say in the beginning, but I wanted to get to all these things first. This is a really fun movie, especially if you enjoy yelling at the screen, like, don't go in there, don't do that, don't
Sure.
do that. Because I'm like, don't stand up.
Yeah.
Don't stand up. You know it's going to go off again. And it's as it goes, pop goes the weasel. She puts her hand up like in defense. So maybe like just not thinking.
I think so. I think
She
she's just
stood
freaking
up
out.
and was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But luckily the trigger pulls, but there was no bullet.
Yeah.
So it just clicks. But I was like, don't fucking stand up. So I wrote, luckily there was no bullet, but what the fuck, girl?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was just like a momentary lapse of judgment there.
And like trying to get out. Her ears are probably ringing. Maybe she can't even hear the song at that point anymore because
No,
the
for
gun
sure.
went off. So we see that Sam
Yep.
is driving almost to the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And we also see that the clown is breaking into Evan's car with a sledgehammer.
Oh, he's just beating the shit out of it. Yeah. And
Yeah.
the actor talks about how I will talk about this at the end, but the actor that plays the clown, Justin Markson, couple things I want to mention about him. One, he seems like an absolute gem of a human. I
Mhm.
watched the interviews with him.
Good.
He was so happy to be part of the cast. And he was so excited to smash up this car. He talks about developing the character of the clown and the inspiration behind him being Javier Bardem from No Country for Old Men.
Okay.
This very quiet, reserved, but intimidating figure. And then the writers, directors encouraged him to sort of play with voices. And he immediately thought of Philip Seymour Hoffman's voice, that very deep,
Yeah.
it's very distinct, right? And he talks about developing sort of this backstory of the character and how he interviewed a police officer about criminals who go to prison and they sort of meet people. And then when they get out of prison and just like that general lifestyle,
Yeah.
you know, how they're all like connected and stuff. He talks about how the clown enjoys what he does and he is just a bad guy, right? He's just a really,
Yeah.
really bad guy. And he said that it was just really cool watching them like work on his makeup and the attention to detail. And he describes being in the chair and just everything he says about his character and his experience on the film made me just like adore him. Like I
Yeah.
just loved him. And he talked about like at the end when he was saying his goodbyes to everyone, he got really emotional in the documentary, and just how it was really just a great experience. And he talks about how pumped he was to smash the van.
Oh, that'd be so much fun.
And I just like, he's supposed to be this big, scary
Yeah.
clown, and he's just a sweetheart of a human. I just had such an appreciation for him after I watched that interview.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So now, not Ghostface goes up to someone in a skeleton mask and says, "Are you ready?" And sends this skeleton mask and a cloak through where that shotgun was.
Mm-hmm.
Harper pops up, hits them with a pitchfork, and then stabs them through the torso on the ground. It's fucking Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
She was tied up and sent there as a decoy. So this is where I was like, she must be sedated or something
Yeah.
because her mouth wasn't covered.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah.
But then she does say, "They're coming for you, run," and then she dies. Which is real,
really sad,
real
man.
fucked up, and especially that Harper's the one that did it.
Yeah, it's really sad. Oh, and she like whimpers too.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's
Oh, the
awful.
way she cries for her felt real.
Very real. Yeah.
So now we cut to Sam, who has left his truck on the side of the road and has broken into the warehouse or whatever the fuck it is. So he gets inside this building and he's looking for Harper. He yells to the clown. He sees the clown in the distance and says, "Hey, I'm looking for someone." Something gets shot across the room into his throat and he falls to the ground. When he takes it out, it's a giant screw.
Oh, it's wild.
It's fucked up. He starts reaching for his phone, but the clown drops a cinder block on his hand
It's wicked.
and then swings a fucking sledgehammer at his head like a golf club.
I loved it.
Which I loved seeing Sam get his. However, I was kind of hoping Harper would have something to do with it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Like,
yeah.
not that she should kill her boyfriend, but I was just thinking like, I don't know,
bit poetic, you know?
something a little more something that had to do with her and standing up to him, but she will stand up
She will stand
to
up.
someone.
Yes.
So now Harper hears the chainsaw and then someone starts busting through the wall.
Mm-hmm.
The chainsaw guy is there, but it's Nathan breaking through the wall.
Yep.
And not Ghostface attacks Nathan before he can help. So they're outside scrapping. Harper's about to use the shotgun, or I'm sorry, she is able to use the shotgun
Mm-hmm.
to shoot the chainsaw guy.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And so not Ghostface is on top of Nathan. He's putting the hammer in his mouth
Like he's gonna skin him.
and
yeah.
he says, "Still want to know my name?" So I'm like, "Oh, fuck." But Harper's able to whack him.
Yeah. Get this fucking.
And I'm
guy
like,
outta
"Kill
here.
him.
I know.
Please kill him."
Kill him. Yeah.
And so Harper and Nathan stumble upon Dracula Face.
Yes.
And he puts his hand up immediately and he's like, "I didn't kill anyone. I was just helping out." He takes his mask off and his face is not modified.
No, exactly. He tells them that he's just their errand guy.
Mm-hmm.
And Nathan and Harper kind of are like walking him forward throughout the maze. And this guy is like willing to help them essentially, right?
Yeah. He's like, "This is so fucked up. They didn't tell me it was going to be real.
Mhm.
And they told me if I killed someone, I would earn my face."
He also tells them he needs to stop for a second. He's got to start digging through this trunk. And right there, I was like, how are you trusting this guy?
Same.
Don't trust this guy, man. But then someone comes up behind and shoots this guy in the head.
So he turns around and goes, "That's weird. It used to be right here." Gets shot in the fucking head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's a guy with a bunch of piercings in his face that has the gun. So I'm assuming that was Chainsaw Guy.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. Yep.
And Harper and Nathan basically beat his ass. They tag team him,
Mm-hmm.
pin his arms to the wall, and then they get outside and the witch is there.
I
They go through the
fucking
hatch.
hate the witch so much.
Well, lucky for you, Nathan is able to grab the witch's ankles, pull her down.
Oh, yeah, he trips her.
trips her, pulls her down halfway in the hatch, and then Harper bashes her fucking face in.
Like with the hatch door.
yes.
Just over and over and over and over again. I was like, yes.
That's what I wrote in my notes. Yes. Now the clown is setting fire to the oil-covered walls. As
he's-
soon as I saw bags of oil.
Dude, and he looks pissed.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this is how they're going to get rid of their evidence. Got it. They're going
Yep.
to burn this bitch to the ground.
Yep.
Nathan and Harper get to the van, but they don't have the keys. So one of the guys is catching up to them. So they run for the fence, but Nathan does grab his bat first from the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same guy with the like septum piercing who got pinned to the wall. He has the shotgun. Nathan just walks up to him. I'm like, sir, he has a gun.
Yeah.
And Nathan does get shot in the torso, which I don't know if that was the best decision, but he is able to swing his bat. He has his baseball player moment,
Dude.
swings the bat and kills the guy.
I really just think at that point, Nathan was like, I need to take this guy out and I'm going to end up getting, even if I have to get taken out in the process.
He literally took a bullet just so he could bash his head in with that bat.
And save Harper.
Yeah.
Essentially, right?
So they're able to escape. They use like his jacket to climb this fence with that has barbed wire on the top. They're hobbling, but they find Sam's car. They get to the hospital. Nathan is being like rushed to surgery or whatever.
Yeah, they hold hands for a second, which by the way,
Yeah.
her poor hands are all fucked up.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm like, girl, you need to go to the hospital too. Like, why are you not being checked in?
Right.
And then we see Harper go back home. She gets her mom's ring from Nathan. She goes back home to see her mom. Just as she dreamt, her mom is the one who answers the door. And I was like, girl, like you're going to see your mom for the first time in 4 years with blood all over your face.
It was like a really nice swerve. I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah, because they're having a touching moment hugging, and then the clown appears behind her mom. It's like a jump scare.
Yeah.
And Harper wakes up. She is at the hospital.
Yeah.
Her hands are bandaged up.
Yeah.
She was shot in the shoulder. And I was like, okay, that's more like it.
And she sees her mom's ring is on the table next to her.
Mm-hmm.
And a nurse comes in and the nurse assures her that Nathan's okay. The nurse says to her, I need you to sign some release forms, which then triggers Harper to remember that the clown collected release forms with all their information on it, including her home address. So he's got her home address,
Yep.
right?
And then we see him driving with their papers and his sledgehammer in some car.
Mm-hmm.
He breaks into her mom's house
This is so awesome.
with his mask on. Okay. Jack in the Box starts playing on a speaker, not, the Jack in the Box theme.
Yeah.
Or what the fuck is that called? A jingle?
Sure, yeah, jingle.
He realizes his feet are glued to the floor. He trips and lands his hand right on a board of nails. Does this sound familiar?
Hell yes, baby.
He turns to see Harper with a shotgun and she says, let's take off your mask. Bang!
Shoots him in the head. Yes, girl, kill that stupid fucking clown.
Which he's not the one that said that to her, but still.
Whatever, he dead.
And she is finally standing up for herself by murdering people
Yay.
for legal purposes. You cannot do that.
Yeah, don't
but
do
for
that.
Harper's case in this movie, I love that for her.
Me too. She found her power, man. She found her strength.
The end.
Dude, I love this movie. I thought it was so fun.
It was a fun watch.
It was
really
a good
fun
it was a
watch.
good ride.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
A lot of fun elements. And I always think about what if a haunted house was real? What if they just decided to kill people and we all think it's a part of the show?
I know, for real.
It's scary.
So do you want to hear a couple little facts?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. So Andrew Lewis Caldwell, who plays Evan, in this documentary that I watched, discusses how they all kind of played versions of themselves in the film. He said he related to Evan in the way that Evan is always down for a good time, and he kind of the way that he speaks is sort of sarcastic. But he describes filming it as one of the most fulfilling experiences that he's had in film.
Oh,
And that the bond between the actors was very real and it happened immediately. Like they all just got along together really well.
amazing.
I love that so much.
Yes.
It just like, I don't know, anytime I hear that, it just like makes me like super happy.
It's been happening in a lot of the movies we've been covering, and I love it.
Yeah, no, for real. So Chris Bridges, he's the prosthetic designer. He kind of talks about the concept for each of the bad guys. So we've got the clown, the devil, the zombie, the ghost, and the witch. And he was responsible for designing the witch, the ghost, and the devil.
Mm-hmm.
And then he talks about how they did a lot of research on body modifications. So the original design for the devil, who's played by Damien Maffei, was to have his entire head tattooed red.
Oh.
But they decided to go with like horns and metal studs and modifying his ears to kind of look elfish, with bars in the chin and the tattoos. It was kind of like an evolution they came up with. He talks about Ghost / Mitch being horribly burned and using actual photos of burn victims to come up with that look.
Oh, shit.
They also use like dark circles around his eyes so that when he has the ghost mask on, you really can't see that he's so disfigured.
Yeah.
And then the witch, which you can't see very clearly because it's very dark, but she had her skin was sort of like stretched and cut and sewn, and the nose was sewn on, and her chin was being pushed out. Yeah, she had a really gnarly face. And in the doc, you can kind of see it a little clearer, but her face looked really kind of fucked up.
You know what I meant to say? I thought her face looked like an actual witch face underneath the mask.
Yeah.
But I didn't see all that.
No, yeah, exactly. And then Katie Stevens does talk about how the dairy farm or the dairy factory really was creepy. Like it wasn't really hard for them to like get into character because it actually was a creepy sort of environment. They did build this sort of real haunt And it was a little challenging to film because of the environment that they were in. You know, they're really crawling, they're really doing all these things. So it wasn't too difficult to get into character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it was a really like a weird environment, right?
Yeah.
And I think I mentioned earlier, they kept the bad guys separate from the cast to kind of keep that alive or whatever. And again, I'll put that documentary in the show notes because it was really fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to watch it. I didn't get to watch the doc.
Heck yeah. So
Great recommendation.
thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
And I love covering some new-ish movies as well, because a lot of times we're in the 80s, I feel like.
We're always, I know, but we
But-
love we're a sucker
on.
for the 80s, man.
Yeah, we are.
It was a great fucking time.
80s and 90s. So, you know, we got to throw in some more sort of modern-ish ones.
Yeah.
2019 is modern.
Oh, yeah. It was only, 6 years ago?
How was it 6 years ago?
Dude,
That's what I'm
I don't even want
saying.
to talk about it, man.
I know.
Weirds me out.
Well, thank you so much for watching and listening. If you don't already watch, we do have the videos that show up Monday, noon Eastern time. It is a premiere, so come chat with us and other people that are watching on YouTube. You can see our cool outfits and our setups and things like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're at Laura's house, sometimes we're at my house.
Hell yeah.
And if you listen on Spotify or Apple Music or wherever you get your podcast, please give us a 5-star review. It helps us so much. We also have an Instagram at Chainsaw Girls Pod and a TikTok.
Hell yeah.
We also have an email, chainsawgirlspod@gmail.com.
Sure do.
And we have a Patreon. Thank you so much to all of our patrons. We shout out our top tier patrons every single month. Do you have them ready?
Yes, I surely do.
Hell yeah.
Here we go. Devin C, Angel R, Jolene, David G, John M, Jonathan W, Rob V, David T, Franchise Driller, aka Ryan, John W, Millie C, Adrian G, Chris S, Alexis T, Adam BL, and James C. Thank you so much for being our top tier patrons. We appreciate you guys so much. Okay, bye.